Now, for the latest on NAIA's operations is Manila International Airport Authority General Manager Cesar Chiong. Cesar, thank you so much for joining us. We know that flights are returning to normal, but the big question now is the radar and communications equipment at the airport now functioning 100%?
Yes, Rico, good evening. I was just at CAAP this afternoon with the secretary, and the information that we have is that it's 100% functioning already. In fact, yesterday, we operated about 755 flights, and we handled about 133,000 passengers. No? It's one of the highest that we had on a daily basis already.
So when you say 133,000 passengers, is this normal or still below normal levels?
Basically, the average that we have, Rico, is about 125,000 passengers a day. So some of the passengers were accommodated on the extra section or extra flights that some of our carriers actually mounted. No?
So, Cesar, in your conversations with CAAP, you don't expect any more power outages, glitches, and other issues that will delay or cancel flights again?
Well, of course, there is no such guarantee if it's an electrical or mechanical issue. No? But based on the discussion that we had earlier, I think CAAP is quite confident about the status of the equipment that they have and some of the contingencies that they put in place, Rico.
And what's the backup plan of the authority and CAAP if it happens again?
Basically, Rico, prior to the CNS ATM system, which is a state-of-the-art system, no? They used to have what they call a manual system. So what they told us was that if and when something happens like this again, then they'll just go back to the old system that they have. And they have put that system in place just in case something happens like this.
All right. While the investigations are ongoing, how this mess all happened with the radar and communications equipment, what about new investments, Cesar? So this incident will not happen again. Are you already discussing about this?
Well, one of the things that the secretary mentioned was that this was presented as a priority project of the DOTR, no? Rico. Basically, the DOTR is looking at putting up an upgrade as well as a backup system, no? Of the air traffic management center. And the plan is really to put it in a separate location other than Manila. So as part of the contingency plan that we have going forward.
So, of course, there are contingency plans, Cesar, but of course, we don't want this to happen again. It was really a major mess on New Year's Day, which also affected the image of the Philippines as a tourism destination. So with this contingency plan, investments in an upgrade, what is the time range? I mean, when is this likely to materialize? When are we going to see these new investments and this new upgrade happening?
The upgrade is being worked on right now, especially on some of the softwares that are going to be used for this system. But as far as the backup or the redundant system is concerned, that will take quite some time, Rico, because it's basically replicating the whole air traffic management center that we have in Manila right now.
But from your experience, having worked as well and observing other international airports overseas, what could be the time frame? Could it be 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or before the end of the term of of President Marcos?
Of course, it's basically the objective is to do it as soon as possible, Rico, no? And based on our discussion with some of the legislators, they're also quite supportive of this initiative, no? Because of the impact that this glitch to tourism, to the economy. It was quite unprecedented, Rico. This is the first time that the whole Philippines, it's not just NAIA that was affected, but all the airports in the country. We didn't have any flights at all, and that's the main issue, because CAAP really wanted to ensure that it's safe for the passengers and for the airlines and for the flights, no?
So,
And that's the reason why they basically issued a stop order
oh.
for all of the airlines not to come in.
And as you mentioned, flights are returning to normal within maybe the next 24 to 48 hours. Are there still some cancellations, Cesar, of domestic and international flights from the airlines?
Based on the data that was given to us by the different airlines, we still had about 74 cancellations yesterday. But today, the only cancellation we have was to Masbate because of weather. So basically, we're back to normal, regular operations already, Rico.
And I have to ask you this question, Cesar, because after this horrible airport chaos, there are calls from critics for your resignation together with Secretary Bautista and the CAAP chief. What do you say to your detractors?
Well, Rico, honestly, I haven't thought about that because we're so focused on trying to put all the operations together, no, and discussions with all the different airlines on some of the lessons that we learned from this experience and how we can make it better. No? We sincerely apologize for what happened, and the government basically is looking at how we can ensure that this thing won't happen again. And we're looking for all ways for us not to experience this glitch again, and the impact to the economy and to tourism is really bad. So we're doing our best given the situation that we're in right now.
Thank you so much for joining us on The Final Word, Cesar. Manila International Airport Authority General Manager Cesar Chiong.